Hi, welcome to RecapBits. This time we're taking a look back at Extraction, the 2020 action-packed blockbuster that left us all hooked. Join us as we revisit the adrenaline-pumping scenes, dissect the memorable moments, and explore what made this movie a standout in the world of action cinema. In the midst of a fierce firefight, Tyler Rake, a battle-hardened mercenary, finds himself gravely wounded as he seeks refuge behind a car. During this perilous moment, a flood of memories rushes back to him. Meanwhile, in Mumbai, India, Ovi Mahajan Jr., a teenager, is the son of India's most powerful drug lord, who is currently incarcerated. One fateful night, while enjoying a night out with friends at a club, Ovi's life takes a tragic turn when individuals disguised as police officers gun down one of his friends and abduct him. These attackers are working for Amir Asif, the formidable drug lord of Bangladesh and a bitter rival of the Mahajan family. In a grim visit to the prison, Saju Rav, Mahajan's trusted lieutenant, delivers the devastating news to Mahajan Sr. Shockingly, Mahajan Sr. reveals that Ovi's abduction isn't merely for a ransom, it's a sinister plot to disgrace him. He demands that Saju infiltrate Asif's heavily fortified compound and rescue Ovi. Saju, aware of the near-impossible odds, mentions that it would require an entire army. In response, Mahajan Sr. issues a chilling ultimatum. If Saju fails to retrieve Ovi, his own son won't live to see his next birthday. Returning home to his loving family, his wife Nesa and their young son, Saju explains the dire situation. With Mahajan's assets frozen by the police, Saju realizes he is the only hope to rescue Ovi. He mentions that he knows someone capable of the task, but their fee is exorbitant. Nesa, understanding the gravity of the situation, insists that Saju do whatever it takes to bring Ovi home. Meanwhile, in Kimberley, Australia, Tyler enjoys a carefree evening with friends on a cliffside, culminating in a daring plunge into the water below, leaving his friends astounded. However, his moment of relaxation is interrupted when Nick Khan approaches him with details of a complex extraction mission. Despite Nick's reservations, Tyler agrees to take on the job, albeit with some concerning habits involving alcohol and pills. Nick worries that Tyler might have a death wish, but concedes to accompany him on the mission under one condition: he must be sober. As Tyler and Nick journey to Dhaka, Bangladesh, they rendezvous with their team and receive critical information about the rescue mission. Tyler ventures into the city to meet with the kidnappers, only to have his head covered and be forced into a van. Unfazed, he demands proof of Ovi's well-being before considering their demands. When one of the captors places a gun to Tyler's head and pulls the trigger, Tyler remains composed, having already noticed the absence of a magazine in the weapon. The kidnappers reveal Ovi, bound and silenced but alive in another room. With assistance from his team of snipers, Tyler takes swift and violent action against the kidnappers, sparing only a child soldier whom he implores to flee. With Ovi in tow, they embark on a daring escape from the building. In a cruel display of power, Asif orders one of his henchmen to toss innocent young children off a rooftop, threatening their lives until one of them admits to stealing his money. A brave young teenager named Farhad eventually confesses, claiming responsibility for the theft just before he's thrown off the building. Asif, impressed by Farhad's cunning, commends him but still punishes him by demanding that he sever 2 of his fingers as a grim reminder to all potential thieves. However, just as Farhad is about to carry out this gruesome act, Asif is interrupted by a colonel with urgent news. Ovi is no longer in captivity. Farhad is spared, and Asif swiftly orders the lockdown of the entire city and its transportation networks. Meanwhile, Tyler records a video to prove that he has Ovi in his custody and proceeds to move him toward the designated extraction point, where some of the team members are poised to rendezvous with them. However, back at Nick and the team's command center, they discover that the expected funds have not been transferred upon receipt of the video. Tragically, the rest of Tyler's team, waiting at the extraction point, falls victim to a sudden ambush by Bangladeshi police, forcing Tyler and Ovi into a desperate escape. Among the armed pursuers, one of them is revealed to be Saju, who calls out to Ovi, urging him to come with him. Ovi, torn and confused, contemplates going with Saju, but Tyler intervenes by tossing a grenade and whisking Ovi away. Although Ovi believes that Saju is working for his father, Tyler remains skeptical of the situation. What ensues is a harrowing car chase between Tyler and the relentless police force, with twists and turns leading to a tense foot pursuit. In the midst of this pursuit, Tyler must confront and eliminate numerous armed pursuers while ensuring Ovi's safety. The tension culminates in a brutal physical showdown with Saju, their fight descending through several floors and spilling onto the streets. Tyler is struck by a car during this clash, providing Saju with an opportunity to eliminate several Bengalese police officers and seize Ovi. However, Tyler makes a daring move by colliding with Saju using a truck, ultimately rescuing Ovi and igniting another intense pursuit by the police. They barely escape the exploding car and find a hidden refuge, where Ovi assists the gravely wounded Tyler, tending to his injuries. Nick dials Tyler's number, urgently sharing with him the revelation that Saju has an ex-Special Forces background. She proceeds to disclose their unfortunate situation. They've been manipulated, lured into an operation to extract the kid, but it's become clear that they were never meant to receive payment for their efforts. Nick supplies Tyler with crucial details about a potential extraction point to escape the city, but the catch is that he must leave Ovi behind. Unwilling to abandon the boy, Tyler implores Nick to find a way to secure their payment. Overhearing their conversation, Ovi comments that Tyler, much like his father, views him as an object rather than a person. Meanwhile, Saju, gravely injured, attends to his wounds, even resorting to resetting his own broken nose. He contacts Nasa and instructs her to take their cash and disappear if she doesn't hear from him within 12 hours. Before hanging up, he requests to speak to their son one last time. As Tyler and Ovi make their way toward the extraction point, they come under attack from Farhad and a group of heavily armed child soldiers, now backed by Asif. Though they put up a fierce resistance, Tyler manages to subdue their attackers and leads Ovi into the sewer system to escape. Desperate for assistance, he calls Nick, who expresses disappointment that he hasn't abandoned Ovi. Tyler insists on contacting Gaspar, an aging mercenary residing in the area, as he believes Gaspar owes him a favor. Nick advises against it, but Tyler remains steadfast. Gaspar arrives, rescues them, and takes them to his residence. Over a drink, he warns Tyler that escaping the city will prove to be an immensely challenging task. Meanwhile, in retribution for his failure to capture Tyler, Farhad endures a gruesome punishment, losing a finger. He implores Asif for another chance to hunt down Tyler, lamenting how Tyler has made him appear foolish. Back at Gaspar's place, Ovi apologizes to Tyler, taking responsibility for the near-death experience Tyler endured. Tyler reassures Ovi, placing the blame squarely on himself. Ovi admires Tyler's bravery and inquires about his family. Tyler reveals that he once had a wife, whom he hasn't seen in a long time, and a son who tragically passed away a few years ago from lymphoma. Tyler shares his painful past, explaining that his decision to be in Afghanistan when his son passed away was driven by his inability to witness his son's suffering. He humbly tells Ovi that he doesn't consider himself brave at all. Later, Gaspar confides in Tyler, expressing his grim assessment that there's no conceivable way for Ovi to escape Bangladesh unscathed. Asif will never allow it. Gaspar suggests a somber alternative, ending Ovi's life as an act of mercy before Asif can subject him to further suffering. He reveals the substantial bounty on Ovi, amounting to $10 million, and urges Tyler to relinquish the child. Their conversation escalates, resulting in Tyler shoving Gaspar. It's then that Gaspar discloses a shocking revelation. He struck a deal with Asif, a pact of survival in exchange for the boy. Gaspar insists that Tyler need not shoulder the burden of killing Ovi. He's willing to do it, claiming to save Tyler's life. The confrontation spirals into a brutal physical altercation, and just as Gaspar is about to deliver a fatal blow to Tyler, Ovi intervenes, wielding Tyler's own gun. In a desperate act, Ovi shoots Gaspar twice, ending his life. Tyler consoles Ovi as he grapples with the aftermath, tears streaming down his face. Having exhausted all other options, Tyler reaches out to Saju, arranging a meeting where he conveys his sole intention, ensuring Ovi's safe escape. Saju, in turn, recounts the threats Mahajan made against his family. Tyler offers to draw the enemy's fire, providing Saju and Ovi with a fleeting chance at escape. He triggers an explosion by destroying a vehicle, then opens fire on the adversaries, creating an opportunity for Saju and Ovi to flee the city in a car. However, when they become ensnared in a traffic jam, they're compelled to continue on foot. Their progress is impeded when they encounter the police, leading to a heated firefight initiated by Saju. Meanwhile, Tyler wages his own battle against the enemy forces. while Nick arrives at the extraction point, armed with her team and a rocket launcher, ultimately taking down an enemy helicopter. Asif watches this unfolding carnage from a distance, horrified. Saju attempts to forge a path for Ovi across a bridge but becomes trapped under heavy gunfire. Tyler boldly intervenes, systematically eliminating the enemy forces. Tragically, Saju falls victim to a sniper's bullet, ending his life and leaving Ovi alone. Nick, in a swift move, eliminates the sniper, while Tyler dispatches most of the ground-level adversaries. However, he sustains grave injuries, bringing the narrative full circle to the film's beginning. Tyler envisions his son as Ovi approaches, holding his hand and weeping. With Tyler's guidance, Ovi rushes towards a waiting helicopter, pleading for Tyler to rise. Ultimately, Ovi makes a dash for the helicopter when the opportunity arises. Tyler, weakened but determined, begins his journey towards the extraction point, only to be struck by a bullet that pierces his neck, much to the horror of Nick and Ovi. The shooter is revealed to be Farhad, whom Nick shoots at but who manages to escape. Ovi races towards Tyler, but Nick holds him back, and in his final moments, Tyler reflects on his son before plummeting off the bridge into the water below. 8 months later, Ovi has found his way back to his home in India, while Asif continues to wield power in Bangladesh. In a chilling turn of events, Asif enters a bathroom, only to be confronted by Nick, who swiftly dispatches him with a shot to the head and follows up with multiple rounds as he lies on the ground. Ovi meanwhile plunges into a swimming pool, a poignant moment reminiscent of his conversation with Tyler. He resurfaces, echoing his belief that it's not the fall into the water that poses a threat, but the inability to resurface. As Ovi emerges from the water, he senses the presence of a man observing him from beyond the pool's edge. The movie leaves us with this lingering enigma, prompting speculation about the identity of the man, perhaps Tyler himself. In Extraction, we've witnessed heart-pounding action, complex characters, and a thought-provoking ending. Whether Tyler Rake survives or not, the film's exploration of redemption and sacrifice will keep you thinking long after the credits roll. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more movie recaps.